Here are two real-life historical figures that are getting magic cards in the Assassin's Creed set. First off is Cleopatra, a 4-cost black and green 2/4 that at your end step lets you put a +1/+1 counter on up to 2 legendary creatures. And then whenever any legendary creature on the battlefield dies, you draw a card for each counter on it and lose 2 life. I think there's two main ways you can build this. The less interesting way is to just make it a counters deck that gets a reimbursement whenever a legendary creature dies. The second way is to build this all around putting counters on your creatures and then sacrificing them to draw more cards and get a bunch of value that way. I think a sacrifice counters deck that cares about legendary creatures seems really cool. Next up is Leonardo da Vinci, a 3-cost blue 3/3 that can make your Thopters as big as the number of cards in your hand and then also has the ability to loot, and then when you're discarding a card during the loot, if you discard an artifact, you can exile it from your graveyard, and if you do, you make a token copy of it that's also a 0/2 Thopter with flying. So for this deck, I think you're going to want two main things. A lot of Thopters that you can boost up as it's kind of the first commander that cares about Thopters as a creature type, and big expensive artifacts that you want to cheat onto the battlefield as 0/2 Thopters. Also, I'd put Trading Grounds in any Leonardo deck since those abilities are kind of expensive.